Right. I'm just saying be careful because this is like my whole theory on Epstein, Kanye, the started from the bottom, now we're here
Epstein?
thing. Yeah, like I think that
What?
when you go from
Did
having.
Epstein start from the bottom? He's a rich
I don't
kid.
think it was the bottom, but he bustled his way up through the corporate ladder by
Right,
lying.
but he was
and,
like a rich, connected kid. He comes from like a rich Jewish family, I thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think he was super rich. He worked his way up
He
by,
went to,
by
like-
being kind of like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. And that did work his way up.
Okay, great.
I'm just saying,
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe
Careful.
yeah, so if you're in a trafficking industry, then maybe that's not where you want to be the best.
I think it can
I think
corrupt
in
you. I
art,
think it can corrupt you. I think
Of
in
course.
art, if you think you're the best, you'll become myopic. You'll become what Dave Chappelle
By
has
the way,
become,
I don't
where you're
think-
speaking gibberish.
first of all, I don't think,
If you say I don't think I'm the best, I know I'm the best, I'll kill myself right here.
no, I think I can be great. I just do think that. I always
Of course, I
have
think so
thought
too,
that. And I wouldn't say it if, there were times that I didn't. If I didn't do well in this, I was somebody when I started and I said, we're doing 6 months. If 6 months is not going well, like, I'm out.
Yeah.
But it was going really well. And I'm like, I think I could be great. And so now, stepping more and more into being great, it does feel organic and natural to me. I am doing what I should be doing. And by the grace of God, it's affording me a wonderful living. That's
Yeah.
the surprise of it all. But yeah, yes, you can be that. There's no question. You can enter a Chappelle, or you can be Lewis Hamilton, the greatest F1 driver of all time, driving for Ferrari right now. So I think you can channel it both ways. I think
would argue that the
Chappelle
F1
also
person
has
never said that they were great. That's what my argument is.
Lewis Hamilton. He
I would-
says he's the best, and he is the best.
Okay, but I would argue. Okay, then for comedy, I would argue that
Some people are amazing at comedy and can say they're amazing at comedy. Some
Who?
people can't. I don't think there's a rule for anyone.
Right.
I think it's
'Cause
how
I
you
have
handle
the same
it.
thing where I'm like, if I'm not the best, I don't want to do this. That's how I feel. Like,
Okay,
if
so
I'm not willing to
perfect.
be
So
subpar.
I'm not shy about it, and you are. We're different people.
It's not about being shy. I don't think I'm the best,
Okay, and maybe because that's true.
but it's just it's
You
like,
don't think it, and I think it, but you're
but I don't
mad
think
that
I'm
I think
ever
it.
gonna think it.
Okay,
I'm not
so
mad.
then that
I'm
sucks.
Just I'm arguing philosophically with you about this idea.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the argument, but I think you might. I think that you're a truth
But I also
seeker.
am seeing it work out way better. Like, that's the thing that I'm interested in. I mean, and this is the thing that I'm philosophically interested in, is it also does seem like it draws the right type of attention when you have a huge ego. Like, it actually works out.
But
You
it's
have
not
the-
an unfounded ego. I think what you're conflating is Chappelle putting out 4 or 5 Nanette specials in a row.
Yeah.
And okay, I wouldn't put those out.
Okay.
So I would only put out when it was great or amazing. And there are people who do that. I'm not a numbers game, but also he's getting his bag. Like, I can't fault what people are doing. He gets a lot of money, and maybe he's not doing it to be. He proved himself, and then he went. Or there's Eddie Murphy, who I think is the best and the greatest, and didn't want to put something out until it's great, and we're still sitting 25 years. He goes, no, I don't. There's different ways to do it, and maybe he will give us another hour, but maybe he's like, I'm the best. I
Right.
can do it. There's both. Picasso did that too. Picasso was an incredible artist. Did the blue period, painted beautifully, and then got famous, thought he was the best, and just wanted to make money. He drew a line and he would sell it, and he did this. But there's other artists who made great work till the end. The Jackson Pollocks and whatever, an abuser, and that's an aside story. But I'm just saying, like,
Is he an abuser? They're all abusers.
there's not rules necessarily,
I'm just
to
arguing-
feeling like I can't lie about what I think. Like, if I told you I didn't think I would be great or that I'm doing great work, I would be lying to you. So I don't know what the
But I'm arguing, let's just say this, about being shy about it
Yeah.
and about not being shy about it.
Yeah.
We take these two things, right? I think that I work just as hard as you. I think I put out things that are just as good. Let's just say that as the base, okay? Your idea of being like, I am the best and I know it and I'm going to say it out loud, versus mine, which is I feel totally, because of my own poor upbringing and my own upbringing, that's illegal. You cannot say you're the best. You are not allowed to say that you're the best. Yours seems to be drawing more. Like the universe gives to those with confidence. It seems.
Sometimes and sometimes not. You mentioned a few examples that Kanye has derailed, and there's sometimes, and there's not a rule about it. I just think that the people, I've been made of the people and by the people, and the first thing that I had is people's support. So, and I bring them with I don't feel like somebody asked me about the tour. It's being sold out. Like, how's that felt? I feel like I've always been word of mouth. Tickets have always been the best thing for me. Everything else, all this Hollywood stuff, is kind of later. First, I had people in the seats, so I feel like it was a very like grassroots almost elevation of me. It's like, because the people have been with me and have gotten me, that's kind of been the following. I also think that we grew up not talking about certain things and talking about certain things. For instance, the first time I met rich people, and I dated somebody, she comes from a rich family where they don't talk about, money or politics and things like that. And it's like, I think they let us know what we're supposed to talk about and not. And that's always top down. It's always from the rich, because of course, if they talked about money, that's what's embarrassing, is how gluttonous they are with the money and how selfish and what they've done, what greed has done to them. It's not because we're poor and we had to talk about money. You know what I mean? They made us feel gauche that we had to discuss money at every turn, that things are, well, how much does it cost?
Right.
You don't ask that. We're in Bloomingdale's. You don't ask.
Yeah.
Bitch, how much does shit cost?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you
so
probably have that
now
with comedy,
there's
where, like,
nothing.
how much did you make that weekend? And people are like,
Yeah. So now, it's so funny because it's just it's a real curiosity. But now I don't limit necessarily. I choose what I want to talk about and what I don't. I don't mind talking about my feelings about how I think I'm doing.
Yeah.
There's other things I might mind talking about, but I don't because somebody told me, you don't talk about this thing, or you should be like, I am so grateful to be doing great work at this great elite level. Like, I feel like I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to compete at the highest level and see if I could get that done, if I could get there. So I'm just so grateful, but it's also the truth that I am. I have a Netflix special that is the highest caliber.
It's not the highest
Of comedy.
How is
For
that the
us, for
highest
getting
level?
a special. I mean, in the terms of comedy.
Right.
When I got it, it felt okay. We're in the big leagues.
Do you know how difficult
And I
it is for us
always
to do
wanted. I
arenas?
thought
Do
I
you
would
think
make
you're
the
gonna do arenas?
NBA or the MLB or whatever it is. I always worked to that. So I think people are happy for me.
I think you get to a level and you pray and you're like, this is great. And I think that's huge. I mean, my therapist would love if I did any of that. I think for me, it's like I get a Netflix special and I'm like, yeah, but what I really want is this. And you keep setting.
See,
the bar
I don't
higher and
have
higher.
that.
I think that's great.
I
think it's very
love
healthy.
what I do.
And this carries over into I love what I do too. It's
Like the
just
luxury
it's
of
a
my life,
negative
like the
bias.
making it, is like that I still never get over. And maybe this is because I could listen to the same song for 30 years. I could do Linkin Park Numb
Same,
every
yeah.
day in the car. I'd be fine.
And you loved the open mic scene. I've loved the whole journey, right? You've loved every part of it.
Yeah. Well, I liked when I make money doing this.
Oh, that's
Like,
what
it's
you
a
like.
miracle. Yeah. Like,
I see.
Like every day that I don't have, that the alarm doesn't wake me up because I got to go to my job, is like literally heaven.
What was your job?
When I was in accounting and then sales
yeah.
and like,
Office stuff.
a million stuff. But it's like waking up, taking the subway in the freeze, like it's still blackout. Like, I just do not get over it. It's like people ask me, like, what's it like living in LA? I've been there for 10 years now. I go, I never get over a beautiful day. I can't even explain to you. I literally get out of the house. Gabby goes, Rob will say, it's a beautiful day.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if it's beautiful, I can smell it. I can enjoy it every single time. And so maybe that's the difference. The difference is you're not thinking about the thing. You're already somewhere else. And I'm
Right.
thinking about the thing, and the thing is so sick.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we're doing
have that
Netflix.
for, like, 5
when I
minutes.
got on stage, I'm like, let's fucking go. And the whole audience were like, we're here. Some of them were here for me 10 years. We're like, we're fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable. I can't get over it.
Yeah.
So,
I had that for 5 minutes. Yeah, definitely.
right. So I have it longer.
Trout.
Trout. Is that what it is?
I hear it just grows
How much
fast. It's like a
trout?
witch. Huh?
What do you mean trout? How much trout do you eat?
A lot of trout.
Is that good for you?
Big trout.
Big trouts. From where?
The store. The Union Market.
You're getting a full fish. You're gutting
I'm
yourself.
eating like that. No. I'm being like, give me 6 inches of that steelhead trout. I'm putting it in the air fryer, putting a lemon on it, eating it.
That's it.
Standing up, giving my dog skin.
Standing up.
Yeah. I have no
Over your-
table.
Excuse me?
I live in a studio. I live in my apartment's this big.
Why don't you have a table?
Well,
Why don't you have a stand-up table, 2 high chairs?
Yeah, I have a stand-up table, a high chair. I have a stand-up table.
And 1 high chair. You said high chair.
1 high chair.
You have 1 chair. You're just staring at the wall,
Yeah.
eating trout with your fingers alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you have dirty fingers.
That is what it
You're
is.
scaling- You're eating. You don't have a table. This is all making sense now.
Yeah. I
What?
understand.
What? So you're. Why do you have a studio? You make money. I know. Hey, I know what the sellout checks look like now, motherfucker. You don't need to be in
Yeah.
that studio. What are you doing in the studio?
I like suffering, I think.
No, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
1 table, 1 chair.
It's not even a table. It's a bar that I put all my...
schmutz on.
Yeah.
You got a lot of shit up
I
there.
built a giant bar in my kitchen going down
You're a
the thing.
builder.
Yeah.
You're Bob the Builder. Why did you build a fucking normal table? Have some company over. Be civilized.
Because there's no room for the table. Where would the table go?
Can't you make a table go against the wall and have like a
No.
nothing?
It's bed, couch, TV, coffee table, kitchen, tiny bar. There's no room for a table.
You need a new place.
I know. I need a new place.
Get a 2-bedroom.
That's $9,000 here.
Yeah,
1
you're
bedroom
right.
is... How much do you pay? If I got a 1 bedroom, it would be $5,000. Min.
What I tell you how much? You've seen my house.
Yeah. Don't even say it.
1,800. This is why I can't. This is why I live in East Hollywood. The area's not good for Ian Fidance to come into my.
Could you
For him to
imagine?
come into my house saying, "What is this area?" Excuse me.
What's wrong with your area? I walked to coffee.
He says it's disgusting.
What? His place is disgusting.
He lives in a cell.
He lives in an Uber driver's home. He's surrounded by
I got
Uber drivers.
so mad. I went on stage the other day in Seattle, and somebody was wearing an Ian Fidance t-shirt in the front row. I go, "Really? I'm gonna be fucking funnier than him." And I was so mad. And then after the show, I was like, "Was I funnier than him?" And they were like, "Yes."
There's so many. Ian
Why?
Fidance shirts.
Why do I have to? Why was I mad? I like Ian. I don't know.
No,
why
it's
I was
always
being
like
that.
always like these sweet little farmers who are like named Nicole, who are like growing their own botanical garden, and then it's just one morbidly obese man
That's a,
with like drool coming
How
out of the
did
side
you-
of his mouth, and he has an Ian Fidance shirt, and I'm like, just
it was a large man wearing an Ian Fidance
it's
shirt.
always
Mhm.
large, yeah.
And then
His-
they bought my merch too, so now he'll be wearing